So what other things are coming up in Dragalia Lost? In this event, you get a facility that boosts stats of Blade and Wand adventures. It's kind of crazy to me they did, well, Blades are one of the best weapons in the game, and Galileo, so, but here we are. Valerio eventually appears in the Summon Showcase, has a special mechanic that allows him to switch between 3 stances. These stances change his normal text and skills. He's a strong adventurer even if you don't switch between stances, but he is even stronger when you switch between stances based on situation. Also inflict Frostbite, one of the skills, which is the new, like, affliction, like poison and paralysis, basically. I do enjoy playing with the subtle differences in how the controls, how he controls playing on his stance. So, like, one thing they talked about, I think it was last time, that they're gonna do 5 stars. Well, they want 5 stars to be more meaningful, and he's like the first one where, like, he has a very, very interesting kit compared to, like, everything else. Like, he does a lot. On the second bonus, he applies a new effect called Inspiration. Yeah, notice that. Mention Inspiration, increase stage 5. The next skill will be a guaranteed critical. Oh, okay. I didn't understand how that worked. So, we have Energize. When that's 5, it's a guaranteed, like, you do more damage. This is kind of the same thing, but it's a crit, which goes along with Nimbus. Also skills then shapeshift time allow you to deal tons of damage when you shapeshift. Okay, but the thing about Nimbus is Nimbus doesn't have any actually damage skill though. He just like he heals you, which is kind of okay, I guess. But it's a bear. Most of the bears have very good auto attacks, so maybe he's very good just damage in general. And he's a crit damage dragon, and he just eats pancakes. Part 2 of the Summon Showcase will start in the near future, featuring Mitsuba, an adventurer who will appear in the event. Like Valerio, Mitsuba can switch between 2 different stances, which change their normal attacks and skills. These are called Sashimi Stance and Tempura Stance. You are a dagger. Water dagger. Because this will be posted later. Poor Orsim. I mean, I probably won't pull for her. I'm pulling on this. I'm pulling on this banner with free pulls because I need the dragon for Orsim. And they plan on adjusting the autoplay feature for Adventuring Dragons and unique control options. So I was saying that the Moss Hunter characters and these characters play, and Gala Ranzel are like the main ones that play very different. So they're adjusting autoplay. It'll probably make these characters do more and use more of their kit rather than play like a normal character would. Adventure with the Mariner Spiral unlocked. We've unlocked the Mariner Spiral for 3 more adventures. The Mariner Spiral has unlocked the 4 strikes of Shadow-tuned adventurers. Cleo Staff and the Fire Bow gain effects that remove 1 buff from enemies. Such to be useful against bosses like the Uprising. Meanwhile, R2 adventurers Zainfried can ability inflict Frostbite. The skill does more damage against frostbite enemies, but it increases the damage he can deal. Zainfried needed it. All the adventures have been in the game since launch, so you should try using them and see how much more powerful they become. This was around recently, but I want to reiterate, taking some time to make adjustments for Shadow-tuned 3-star adventurers whose mana spirals will be unlocked, so you have to wait a little longer for them. Alright, so that's coming. Okay, Cheeto Uprising, Light Boss. Mana Spiral was recently launched for some Shadow adventures to equip the Chimera weapons, Night Dragons. Yeah. Oh, they actually gave us art now for the transformations. Because before, like, we just had these. We didn't have these. Like last time, you leveled the craft 6-star weapons using the materials. And first clear rewards for standard difficulty in Cheeto Uprising. Bosses that transform during battle starting at expert difficulty are a big part of the Cheeto Uprising. Here's some post-transformation art. So I like that they actually gave us the art for these. So yeah, Wolf and Bull. Any behavior and other factors in the Cheeto Uprising are designed to make these quests a little more approachable than Advanced Dragon Trials in terms of difficulty. That's your answer to TLTC. To make these battles even more accessible, we will also continue releasing Chimera enemies and Chimera weapons for the applicable element when we implement these battles going forward. Yeah, because there's plenty, even though like we at the cutting edge have beaten this very easily, there's plenty of people who cannot do expert still. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna put out more content that's more aimed at us, but they're trying to do something because like a lot of people did not, they must have data that a lot of people did not do the Master High Dragons, like a lot of people. Because those things were not made in a way that was very accessible for people. Okay, you can create weapons that are effective against Chimera enemies by defeating Phantom enemies. Okay, we already know that. There you go. You can prepare for Advanced Dragon Trial by following the Phantom Chimera Agido Advanced Dragon Trial. So that's basically what they're doing. Agido stuff is, and this is what I was implying, even though these weapons are better than High Dragon weapons, it's so you can actually beat them. That's what it seemed like, especially when they released Light and Wind first, which give fire and dark weapons, because High Midgar and High Jupiter Master were horribly balanced things that needed High Dragon Tier 2 weapons, and yeah, they need to do something for that. Well, my thing is, what they did is, I think this is the way they did it. This is intended to get people into High Dragon fights, the Agidos. But for us who have already done High Dragons, they made better weapons. Which then these better weapons will be there for, like, I think Master Agido will be that next step, maybe, to this is what you go to after you've done High Dragons and Agidos. But I really feel like their decision to make this the in-between content, because the game needed something to make Dragon more accessible, because with the way they were a mess. Reviving the Skyborn Spectacle raid in March. I forget what this raid was even about. It's been so long. Playing unlock the adventure Su Feng's Mana Spiral. Oh, okay, that's the firework event. Yeah, so yeah, Su Feng will get his Mana Spiral open. So you haven't played this event, don't miss your chance to add him to your team. Also have Mana Spiral for 2 other adventures at the time as well. One of the adventures will be Hawk, who needs it desperately. We look out for more information via notifications. Interludes Chapter 11, January 11th. In March, Live 1 for Chapter 12. The interlude will be crucial to the future stories. Be sure to check it out. Oh yeah, we're going back up to another mid-anniversary. Future Dragalia Lost. As of this month, it will have been 1.5 years since the release of Dragalia Lost. We're planning some events for the end of March to celebrate that anniversary. We're also planning to release Dragalia Digest, where we'll talk about a version update at the end of March and future of Dragalia Lost. Excited for that. We got a decent chunk in the mid-anniversary digest and a lot in the anniversary digest. I don't think, because here's my thing. I don't think they're going to add a difficulty above Master. So I don't know if we're actually going to go back to the High Dragons, because to do that, they have to add Master Plus or something. I don't know if they're going to do that. Unless they make Nightmare, but I don't know if they're going to make Nightmare for everything. Because then, like, all the current things that end at Master, will they add Nightmare to all those? Honestly, I think they'll just go through like they did with Dragons. We went through all the High Dragons. I thought, after all the High Dragons, we're going to go into new Dragon content. But then we went back to High Dragons with hard difficulty when they were all out. And then we went to something new. I think they're going to do the same thing again. Yeah, since adding the Revive and Mentor bonus feature in January update, we received feedback that has become easier to clear high difficulty quests. And I was happy to see that our data show also shows that more players are challenging and clearing these quests. So that's what they want. Because it has definitely been a situation where those at the top are getting the stuff done, and those that are not are struggling. So they're trying to even that out. So we've also seen cases where players who haven't cleared the quest before and players who want to get their mentor bonus are having trouble matching because it's hard to convey that you wish to accomplish through the room's objectives. Yeah, I feel like they need to make mentor rooms. This leads to players with different objectives being matched up. So we'd like to fix this in the future update by adding conditions for room creation. Yeah, so they need to make mentor rooms and it fixes the issue. Our chapter 12, the main campaign, introduces a change to gameplay where players must complete endeavors to progress. Oh, I haven't done chapter 12 yet, so I didn't know this. These endeavors also serve as hints about how to clear quests. Okay, little challenges, I don't mind that. We also plan to continue implementing this this update to gameplay moving forward. There are a lot of facets to upgrading in Dragalia Lost, so we want to convey this information to the player bit by bit as we progress through the main campaign. Okay, so I thought it was like little things like, I saw endeavors, but I thought it was going to be like stuff in quest, but it's like, hey, you should go do this, or it's telling the player who doesn't do it that you need to go, like, invest in something, level something, so that's a good idea. Yeah, post it around April 2nd. Yeah, don't post it April 1st. So, a bunch of free stuff. 2 golden keys. I guess golden keys don't really have the same value anymore, but that's kind of crazy. Yeah, and that's it. They block your storm breath until you do it. I think that's fine. If it's stuff like, hey, you should go get, I don't know, let's say it's like, go make a dojo. I think it's something a new player needs to do. Yeah, build a force elemental. I think that's fine too. It's stuff that, like, it's a way to force players to know what they should be doing. Because like we talked about, sometimes it's hard to figure out what you should be doing at a given time. So the game is just telling you. That would help a lot. So I think that's not too bad. Even if it's kind of like a hard, like, you can't move until you do this kind of situation.
This is what you need.